It is my final big reveal for 2016. I can't wait to show you all my winter sown seedlings are finally being opened. Now I have a video, this is part 2, I have a video down below this description that has 17 different varieties that I've revealed in video part 1 of this, so make sure you watch that. And just in case you're new to winter sowing, I've grown all these seedlings for almost nothing, almost free, in these milk jugs. Stuck them out in the snow and the cold, and they sat there for a couple months, and then gorgeous seedlings have popped out. So definitely want to check this out. You can learn a lot more by hitting the links under this video. I'm actually doing this video for the 6th time. It has been so hot here, it's overheated. My phone is overheated. I'm actually holding an ice pack on the phone, so I'm going to talk a little fast today. And because I already did the video so many times, usually when my big reveals, you'll see that I have them all closed. Right? Closed. And then when you open them, it's real exciting and you get to see everything pop out. Well, guess what? I am so darn tired of putting these things back in the containers just for this video. I didn't put them back in. So I'm just going to walk you through each one and talk to you about what I've got. I've got cucumbers here, watermelons, cantaloupes, peppers, and tomatoes today. This is the final one of the season, so let me get started right now. The first one here is actually one lone container of spinach. This is Malabar spinach, really unique, nice looking. I haven't even tasted it yet, but I'm trying to get more spinaches that don't bolt. Okay, this one right here is my double yield. Let me put that spinach down. My favorite one, and you may say, well, that doesn't look that good. Well, I'll tell you why it does. This got frostbite. We had a lot of warmth in the middle of winter this year, which made it very difficult for the seeds to know what was going on. So they would actually sprout in winter, summer, in the middle of winter, thinking it was summer, and then it would freeze and snow on them again. And then when they were in the containers, if the leaf touches the edge of the container inside the sides, it will get frostbite. And that's what that is right there. But I'll just take off these few little leaves and you'll see there's just gorgeous new growth going on right there. Won't hurt the growth at all. Okay? So I've got about 6 plants just in one container right there. 6 cucumber plants that are going to do fantastic. There you can see all the new growth. This one is Armenian cucumbers. I've never grown this before. And you'll see it's a little yellowing. That's the original leaves. They are supposed to yellow and fall off like that. So those are supposed to be really giant. We'll see. This next one here is a first for me. It's called Greenfinger Baby Persian. And this one's doing really well. See if I can show you that. I know it's hard to see up against all my other plants. This is a new place that I'm videoing this year. I'm not sure I'm crazy about it, but I want to get you a good look. Same thing. A little bit of yellowing at the bottom, a little bit of frostbite, but overall they're going to do fantastic. Here's another double yield. Perfect. And another double yield. And then lastly, actually they're all double yield right there. So I've got a lot of cucumbers. I'm going to put them in 2 5-foot raised beds. And I'm really pleased with them. Of all the plants that winter sowing, that we grow in winter sowing, cucumbers is the most cold sensitive. So if you have actual seedlings in your containers next year, make sure you wrap them up at night. Keep them nice and warm. Okay, now we move down to this one right here. I just grew one of. It's called Dragon's Tongue. It's a bean someone gave to me, so I'm excited to see what's coming up there. This one here is my sugar baby. These are watermelons. Look how nice those are. They can't wait to get in the containers. Part of the reason I waited so long to get them in the containers, I'm in Memorial Day weekend 2016, is because just not even almost 2 weeks ago, we had a freak snow, if you can imagine. So these were just not ready to go in yet. I'm going to move these down to make it easier to look at. This one is another sugar baby. No, this one, actually, I marked it as sugar baby, but it's got the dots of moon and star. So I might have gotten the seeds mixed up, but that one's doing really well. Here's another moon and star. This is my favorite watermelon. And you'll see it does have little moons and stars on there. People think there's something wrong with the plant. There's not. Then I have my cantaloupe here. My favorite is Hearts of Gold. Look at that. It's just fantastic. Very pleased with it. I have, looks like at least 5 seedlings in there, 5 different plants. Now this is a new one for me right here. These seeds were from Donna Mays. Thank you so much. These were from the Berkeley Springs Community Center Cantaloupe. Look at these. They have a real different look than my my Hearts of Gold. But I've got, I mean, every seed came up. Maybe 12 plants there, of course, which I'm running out of space. I have no idea where I'm going to put them, but I will find a place for them. And I think that's it for my melons. I'm a little short on melons, watermelons this year, because some people sent me some seeds that said they were watermelons and they weren't. Down there, they turned out to just be weeds. I don't know how that happened, but they were supposed to be Kolb's Gem watermelons. Okay, now we get to peppers. Sweet peppers is all I grow. I'm going to hold this really still here. Now, again, I wanted to open them with you, but I'm going to open them. Most of them are already open, but let's look at this one right there. This is Emerald Giant Pepper. Now, I've had these open for a few weeks. I've been peeking and closing them back and then opening them to get them used to the weather a little bit. So some insects have gotten in. These were not insect bites inside the winter sowing arena. These got in after. And this is the first year I've had some insect bites. I'm not quite sure what's going on. Might be because I have them down on my growing trees, and I used to have them right on the ground. So either way, they're still fine. All of them will come up. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 there. Here is Carmen. Look at these. They're almost too gangly. They're a little tall. But I'm going to be able... I do bury them, even though they don't grow roots along the stems like tomatoes do. I'll probably bury them up to about that point, just so they have some strength in them. Those are going to be great. Then I've got, I already did that one. I'm not going to go through all of them. This one was my one train wreck down here, and I'm not sure why. The Jimmy Nardellos, these got eaten up by insects after they were open again, because I've looked at them all and they did not have it before. So I'm going to have to actually rethink putting peppers down here. These are the only winter sown plants that have had insect bites on them were my peppers. And like I said, I used to put them up there on the hill, and then they started sliding. I had a big ice slide once, and a lot of them tipped over. So now I'm keeping them in my growing tubs, but it is being a little problematic that the bugs were able to access them better. Okay, this one is yellow monster pepper. Now, it doesn't look like much of a monster to me, but it's a very healthy plant. It's going to be perfect. This one is Chinese giant pepper. Very nice. Very happy with that one. And this one is emerald giant pepper. Couple little nibbles on there, but overall good. Another emerald giant. Got 3 in there. And that one is orange bell pepper. Let me hold that up for you. So overall, I'm thrilled. Couple little bite holes. We'll get to the bottom of it. And a Jimmy Nardello back there, and a Carmen. They just look like fantastic. So, oh, I just saw a slug back there. Overall, I've just got to I've got to go to work finding plenty of places. And you won't believe I grow them in my growing tubs up there on the table because the slugs get to them so badly. When I have them up on the tables, the slugs don't get up there near as much. So the last one, I'm going to swing around here and show you tomatoes. Okay, let's rock and roll with the tomatoes. Now, this is a very different winter sowing reveal than the last couple years. Usually my leaves are a lot bigger, but these are taller and have thicker stems. So I'm going to talk to you, I'm going to give you a good peek at everything. They are going to work. They're going to give good fruit, but they're a little bit behind. Well, they're different. They're not even behind. Can't really describe it, but I know it's because they got confused with all the warm. I mean, we had weeks of warm weather, and they sprouted in the middle of winter, and then they would freeze again. So the fact that we have tomatoes at all is miraculous. In quite a few of the other Facebook groups, people have seen that, or have been saying that they haven't gotten tomatoes hardly at all with other methods besides winter sowing, so I know it's not a winter sowing issue. Okay, first, now, these were all in the containers growing out the tops, and I was saving them because we just had that snow 2 weeks ago, and I was saving them to show you. So since I've done the video so many times, they're already out of their containers, but you can see. Let me hold this one up for you. It's kind of hanging over, which is fine, but look how healthy these are. And the roots are really healthy. Look at these. You'll see they have a lot of hairs on them. Let me focus that there. I better not. Which means all those hairs will grow into roots. So I will bury these very deep. Like this one right here, I will bury it the entire way down to about there. So only that part will be sticking out. And it'll do fine. I won't probably plant all of these. I'll pick the strongest. So I put way too many tomato seeds in this one. This one is my beefsteak. Okay, then my favorite cherry tomato is Matt's Wild Cherry here. And it is stuck in the fence, so I can't move it. But super strong, healthy. I mean, you can see the little hairs down there. That is a healthy plant. Here is the Copia tomato. It's a striped tomato. Good little troopers. Here's a little big red slicer. And this one is another beefsteak. Okay, now here's the sun golds. This is probably the weakest one, but still viable. It's going to be fine. Another sun gold back there. And then I just have another slicer. I won't go through all of these, but you'll get the idea. This one was quite remarkable, actually. This was my biggest one. Look at that. It's in a vinegar container, which is my favorite container. Look at that. That was all, I'm still in the container. It's just a jungle of plants. And look at these stems. Can you see how healthy those are? All the little hairs on them? Every one of these will transplant well. And the last one is one of my absolute favorite heirlooms called Hillbilly. Yellow slicer. Has a real different looking leaf. These taste like your grandma's tomatoes, all these heirloom tomatoes that I have. So it's been a good year despite the weather, the climate change, and the struggles we had. I've got tomatoes. And if yours look like this or even smaller, don't give up. They're going to come up. They're going to do fine. They're going to do fine when you get them transplanted. So anyway, I'll give you a sneak peek at my celery, but I won't tell you anything about it because I did a whole video on my celery reveal. It is so fantastic. I'm going to have like 30 heads of celery this year, and they turned out fantastic last year. So make sure you go down below and watch that celery. I think I called it jaw-dropping celery reveal. Watch that video, and there's some other big reveals from the last few years. So anyway, I am so glad you're here. I hope you're doing winter sowing, milk jug sowing, and if not, definitely get in our Facebook group. There's a link down below for it so you can learn all about it and have all these free seedlings. These would cost $4 a piece. Organic, heirloom, non-GMO, of course, seedlings for almost free. Thanks so much for being with me. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up so I know I'm on the right track with you and that you like what I'm doing, you like this kind of video, and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss anything. And I'm sending you much love from my garden to yours. Bye-bye.